new experiment in trying to stream people talking about movies. No one's ever talked about movies on the internet before. And here we are.
Do we do intros or?
It doubled up your audio for some reason. Also on the intro thing. I don't understand this at all. I'm gonna have to mess with these settings eventually. Yeah, let me turn off my my webcam over here so I can turn it on over here. I gotta do. Oh, this is annoying. I gotta deactivate it.
Nice.
Hey,
Here we go.
Connor, man.
The crew's
We're
on
making it
on the
happen.
screen. We're figuring it out. Do I have a fan on? Do I have a fan on? No, but somebody else might.
I do. Do you want me to turn it off?
No, I'm not hearing it.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say it's pretty subtle, but
Yeah.
I will oblige.
I was gonna say
Nice. I have an AC on because it's hot.
It's like 100 degrees.
Exactly. And when we go out at night, feels like Vietnam out there, man. It gives you flashbacks to the war, man. Mainly because I saw Apocalypse Now like 6 days ago, and I'm still on that high from that
You're
movie.
still in Nam. I get it.
Exactly, man. I haven't left the jungle, man.
Yeah, you guys, some of my friends, Fafner and Croc, their real names, I assume, are in chat right now. So you guys let us know if how the audio sounds from everybody. But yeah, we're here to talk about Barbenheimer, the thing everybody wants to talk about, the Greta Gerwig's Oppenheimer and Chris Nolan's Barbie.
So true.
Sweeping the nation. I guess I wanted to say before we started, just thank you to. I'll do this at the end of these from now on, probably. But thank you specifically to Shunkin, to Marina here specifically for letting us use your song "Curse" for our opening, and thank you to Brian Robert for composing the song we're going to use at the end. And thank you to everybody here. My name is Connor Lloyd Cruz. I am here with a man that I assume will be on most of these because we sort of created this idea together of talking about movies. Nobody's ever thought of it before. Mr. Edwin Gomez.
Hello, America. I'm currently killing a scorpion right now with a machine gun, and I woke up very early for this.
He's multitasking.
And I'm glad to be here. I'm multitasking. I love movies. I love live. I love smoking weed, and I am uncensored. So, yeah,
it's untethered from
exactly.
Yeah, we've been doing the Secret Movie Club podcast, and it's on hiatus right now. Hopefully, we'll be back there eventually. But me and Edwin were doing that, and everybody else here has been on it at some point or another. And so let's have everybody introduce themselves as well.
Okay.
Let's do
I'll
Alex
go.
first.
Oh no, go Alex.
I'm going around my screen clockwise.
Do it.
Hey everybody, my name is Alex Olivier. I'm the head projectionist at Secret Movie Club. As Connor mentioned, I've been on the podcast a few times. Yeah.
Marina.
Hey y'all, I'm Marina. I am a musician. You heard my song at the beginning. I'm also doing video production as Tender Punk, and I know these guys through Secret Movie Club. So yeah.
Ashley.
I'm Ashley. I friends with Connor, and I'm a special effects makeup artist for TV and film. So
nice. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Fafner Edwin, he says Edwin seems like quite the wild card. So
that's an understatement.
Yes, that's what people tell me because I'm Prince of the City. So,
I feel like you're in this capacity. You're my jester.
What's jester?
You don't know what a jester is?
Explain it to me.
You ever heard of the Insane Clown Posse?
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Well, it's something to do with that. You'll learn about it when you get older. Um,
Oh, okay.
uh, yeah. Barbenheimer. Have you guys ever fucking seen? Like, okay, so I think we're all movie people to one degree or another.
I think so.
Um, but I think even a normal person can understand how like a normal person. I think even non-movie people can sort of understand the common wisdom of like, well, you don't open two movies at the same weekend. Like that's gonna eat into one another. But it seems like maybe for the first time I can think of, these movies actually benefited from coming out at the same time. I mean, I know specifically Barbie, there's a rumor that Barbie was scheduled for Oppenheimer as a fuck you to Nolan from Warner Brothers.
I was about to say that too. I was about to say that. It's all conspiracy, man. They try to take down the Nolan because he left the studio because they screwed him over, and now they're about to screw even more. But it's, hey, man, we got Barbie. We're gonna knock you out of the water, man. It's all political, man.
But they helped, I think.
Yeah.
I get what the crew did, not the studio, not the people behind it, just the people in
Well,
front.
it was them. It was just inadvertent. Their plan backfired.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
They tried to, yeah, it just, I can't think of another, the closest thing I can even think of, and this isn't even right because there's no way that this actually benefited, is I do remember that Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed came out at the same time as Passion of the Christ. And I wonder,
Oh,
and I
okay.
don't think
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo 2 did super well.
No, it did not.
But
It did not.
I wonder if its box
Jesus.
office was bumped up,
Scooby-Doo.
if it was bumped up a little bit from like,
Watching a very depressing torture porn movie.
well, no, more so the
You mean
like
Monsters Island? Yeah, I know.
the people, like the families who didn't want to take their kids to Passion of the Christ were like, because that's what happened with my family. My parents were at least sensible enough to be like, we don't want you to watch Passion of the Christ.
I knew so many kids who saw that movie and came to class the next day and were like, my family took me. And
Oh God.
yeah, very, very interesting choice there. But you know,
Well, guess what? There's a Passion of Christ 2 Electric Boogaloo coming out soon. Yeah. I don't know why.
Isn't there
I might
supposed to
watch
be?
it. Yeah, I think they finished shooting. I just like it's in post right now, I believe. But they shot it, and yeah, the reign of Mel Gibson returns to the big screen again with Passion of Christ 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, it seems that the Jim Caviezel magic has struck the box office again
Yeah,
because he's got his
Yeah.
fucking QAnon movie.
I legitimately once I and Edwin can watch that movie without having to pay for
God.
it, I want to do a
Yeah.
stream talking about it because
that'd be awesome.
it's yeah, who knows, it's selling out, and yet there's all these free tickets floating around. Who
And nobody's in the theater. It's so
knows what
weird.
could be going on there?
I don't know, man. It's conspiracy, man. Some Oliver Stone type of shit, man. Like JFK the movie, man.
I mean, that is kind of a conspiracy.
There we go. Now
Right.
we got to take him down, Connor. Me and you, man. We got to take him down. Destroy the system, man. It's like in crap. I literally blanked on a movie that does that. Literally blanked. Oh, Running Man. There we go. The Running Man. Yeah, Running Man. It's a good one.
All right. Let me look at my notes. Let's see. Do we want to talk about Barbie or Oppenheimer first?
Oppenheimer.
All right.
Oppenheimer, man.
I
I got a few things to say about that picture.
The one that you've seen, folks, Edwin has not seen Barbie,
Yeah.
which is why he wants to talk about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Look, man. Look, I have a few things to say. I gotta say about the picture. All right, it's a masterpiece. It was incredible. I saw it in IMAX 70 at the Chinese. Blew me away, and then it was interrupted by protesters. By the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the
I guess-
middle of the movie?
No, by when
Oh.
the movie ended, there were these protesters that burst into the theater. That just like I don't know, like protesting about the nuclear bomb type. Oh shit, that's a big scorpion. I should pause. But
They were protesting against the events that happened, or just nukes in general, like
nukes in
nuclear,
general,
movie.
just
Yeah.
nuclear power bad.
yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, basically,
okay,
and
got it.
and Oppenheimer is totally the opposite of it. It's like the most anti-nuclear movie of all time. It shows the true horrors of what can it do. Um, but
There's probably
Yeah,
a couple Japanese movies that are probably a little more
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
show
yeah.
the horrors. And I can
Yeah.
certainly, I'll say this, like going into Oppenheimer, I was a little dubious because Nolan does have this kind of neoliberal streak when it comes to his sort of
100% centrist. Yeah.
like lack of politics at times. Like the specifically, you can read like The Dark Knight as Patriot Act apologia, technically.
Absolutely. And I love The Dark Knight. Yeah.
And so I love it too. But I was like a little worried going in. But the movie definitely in its last hour or so is not like makes Oppenheimer look like a fucking cuck. like
I will say, being half Japanese, and I was a little trepidatious. I was like, what am I gonna see that I haven't already been scarred by? But he did do it tastefully. And I've seen tweets like, oh, there weren't any Japanese people in the movie. And I'm like, I don't want to see what's going down in Japan, you know? So I thought it was handled well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Now the part I got really mad about, and I thought
hold
was
on a second.
super
Are we
evil.
getting into? I have a spoiler tag. If we want to talk
Yeah.
about
Spoiler,
spoilers,
there's nothing that goes down in Japan.
I'm gonna put up
Yeah.
spoilers for Oppenheimer from here on out.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say it now?
Yeah, and say whatever you
Okay.
want.
The scene where Oppie goes to see the president, and it's like played by Gary Oldman.
Oh my God.
Man, I got so mad. Like, wow, you evil piece of shit, you bastard! Like he said, like, no, I dropped the bomb. You just did something, and he said he has the blood in his hands. And he gave him a handkerchief, like to just wipe it out. Like, wow, dude. And he said, don't let that crybaby in here again. Like, wow, that's pure evil, man. A lot of sick bastards in that movie.
Croc in the comics said I sat next to a Japanese guy in the theater, and he looked like he was enjoying the movie. Popcorn emoji.
Oh.
What's up, brother? Yeah,
Yeah.
we fucking dug that shit.
Yeah,
Kino, you know? Yeah.
yeah, pure Kino. It's good radio.
Yeah, it was funny with the political stuff because I was looking through the Sound of Freedom reviews on Letterboxd, and a lot of the really like really negative reviews. There's like people in the comments attacking the people giving the really negative reviews, and like
Awesome.
all of those people, there's like I would say about an 80% chance that they have Oppenheimer as one of their 4 favorite movies. And but it is, having now watched it last night, it is one of those things where I'm like, did they not watch the movie? Like are they, it's like it is more like the Wolf of Wall Street thing where it's like the people who are taking it like as being a pro Oppenheimer, pro America thing. I'm like, well, you guys are just media illiterate. Like you don't know how,
which is a huge problem in
story
general.
works.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, you know, I really most of the time I have a complicated history with Nolan. I've kind of gone ups and downs, but in terms of my opinion of him, but every time in this, I didn't love it. I think the way some people did, but every time Nolan was doing something that I would start to find like a sort of annoying, in the way that I sometimes find Nolan stuff, either with the dialogue or the pacing. Oh, it's capturing my hand.
Yeah.
There you go, man. That's what the Nolan does, man.
Oh, look at that. And
Special effects. Yeah.
I'll lower my hand. It would move away from it. I do wish we had more of Oppenheimer with Emily Blunt and Robert Downey Jr. Like I wish I understood those relationships a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially early on with Robert Downey Jr. We never know them. We never know what they're like before they kind of hate each other.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
Nolan's interesting with his female characters, but specifically with love interests, and he's great at like foreplay conversation of how people get together, and I think he's really good at that dialogue. But they always turn into very tragic figures, and yeah, I do want to kind of see more of just them as human beings, just multifaceted a little bit. But vibes. I'm into Florence Pugh. I'm into Emily Blunt in that movie. So
There is
just,
one
yeah.
there is one problem I have with the movie. This one scene where he's in that meeting and Emily Blunt's in the background. She gets a vision of this Florence Pugh on Oppenheimer where they're naked and they're like
Hmm.
I was like, okay, was that necessary? That was really
You are made uncomfortable
weird.
by sex stuff, though, Edwin. So
Well, still, it's like it just comes out of nowhere.
I
But
kind of I kind of dug that because so many movies are sexless.
yeah,
I kind of thought there was a point to that. Like she's kind of haunted by her. I don't know.
Yeah,
I liked
I
that.
agree. It's not that
yeah,
it comes out of nowhere, Edwin. It's at a point in this hearing where they're specifically like attacking Oppenheimer for having broken, his marital vow and having had an affair. And
yeah.
so it's like you're seeing it from the Emily Blunt character's perspective.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
very painful for her to see her husband naked with Florence Pugh also naked, or at least for her to see it in her mind's eye.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and just like I know people are complaining about like Florence Pugh being topless all the time, but I liked how
Yeah.
they were just mostly it's all purposeful, like they're exposing themselves to one another.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable with each other. They don't have to wear any masks or clothing or anything. And that was his bond with Florence Pugh. Like he felt like he could truly like be himself around her, seemingly, I guess. But yeah, so it's like nudity has purpose. It's not just always like gratuitous or anything. So
he's definitely.
Okay.
I still don't think Nolan's beating the has not had sex allegations because those sex scenes were still a little distant and a little cold. I would say that like that one scene, she's just like for a second and then gets off and then that's it.
Wait, but
And then
I'm happy that he didn't cross-cut the sex scenes with the bomb exploding, though. That would have been some hacky shit.
that would have been really yeah.
That would have been too much.
Yeah.
I did want to read. I wanted to Daniel doesn't have anything to contribute, but Daniel's wife Rachel Ott does have two things to contribute. It was before the movie, and this is kind of I should have led with this earlier, but before she saw the movie, her thing was just like, what? So it's three guys making a bomb it's a bunch of guys making a bomb for 3 hours, and then at the end it's like, oh, bombs are bad. But thankfully the movie is more than that. But then the funnier thing is Daniel was like, she would also like her other take noted that you should have been able to see his penis only in the IMAX version, but not in the other versions. It would be cropped out. And then a quote, a real treat for the moviegoers. And I agree.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. 1000% full frontal right there for America and the world. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I know we have a little limited time today because of crunch, so let's move on. Let's talk about Barbie. I'm gonna remove these spoilers.
Oh,
I'm gonna change my background to this one.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, cute.
This is just what we need.
Yeah, I also really like Barbie. I got to be honest, I'm probably one of the few people. I think I probably like Barbie a little more than Oppenheimer, to be totally honest. I think it's just because Oppenheimer had little like Nolan-y things that I kind of bounced off of a couple of times, and Barbie, like I was kind of like, to whatever issues I have with it, it's like, well, it's also a giant Barbie movie made by Mattel, and so I was sort of willing to like go with some of that stuff. My friend Bella has a really funny review on Letterboxd, which is, I should have pulled up already, but she said, an ode to men who are bottoms and the people who love them. And I like that description. But
I
yeah.
will say both the films are great character studies, I suppose. They go through these very reflective periods and transitional periods, and an arc is there. So there's definitely some cool overlap between the two. But I loved Barbie. I feel like I like them equally. I don't know. I haven't really thought too much on that specifically, but I'd be curious to know like who preferred which film if they had to choose, because it's for me it's difficult.
I hate to fall into the stereotype of the guy liking Oppenheimer more, but I liked Oppenheimer more. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah. Well, we do have an interesting balance because we've got Ashley Ashley
Oh,
and
right.
Edwin who've each only seen one. Then we have Marina who can't decide which of the two she likes, and then we have me and Alex. Even though I have a feeling, I think I maybe liked Oppenheimer more than you liked Barbie potentially.
Maybe.
Because I did really like Oppenheimer. I think sometimes when a movie gets like just praise, my default reaction is to be like, "Fuck this," and want to go against it. Also, I should say something else funny in the chat, which is Gary Oldman was back in his Dracula makeup.
Oh,
Facts.
100%.
Facts, man. That's
100%.
straight up facts.
I mean,
I'll
is
go
it
see it just
awful?
for that.
Oh, you should. I don't know if everyone's seen Tippy Toes or at least the trailer or something, but I was also
Tiptoes?
getting those or Tiptoes, thank you. Yeah, no, it was a pretty wild performance in Oppenheimer, but
Yeah, Tiptoes, the movie where who's the lead in that is like from a family. They're the only non-dwarf little person from a family of dwarf little people.
and it's just Gary Oldman on his knees and it's awful. It's very offensive and terrible.
Gary Oldman doing dwarf as in Tim Conway's dwarf. DORF. But yeah, I mean in some ways some of the funniest parts about the Barbie reaction has been like the conservative reactions to seeing stuff. Like they've had them like themselves in a fucking fit lately over this, and it's so weird to me. I've never I guess I've never had like the problem of identifying with women and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't say that in like give me points sort of way, or like
No, you're just being real.
I remember there was like a story about how back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, they did a study where they got a bunch of boys in a room and they were like, okay, who watches the Powerpuff Girls? And only one boy raised their hand. And then they said, okay, everybody close their eyes. Now who watches the Powerpuff Girls? And all the boys raised their hands. And I probably would have been the boy who raised his hand in the first place. And I say that not to give myself credit, but more so just that it's amazing to me that these people can't see things in this movie and still identify with them. Like America Ferrera's speech in the movie, while specifically about women, still has stuff that like I can be like, okay, like that resonates with me in a way.
Yeah, I know I just expressed that I wasn't crazy about the Barbie movie, but I would also like to take this opportunity to put as much distance between me and those conservatives who didn't like it as possible. That's precisely not why I wasn't into the movie.
Ashley, what did you think of Barbie?
I do go back and forth between I go back and forth between furious with the conservatives and also I think it's hilarious at the same time. So I love Barbie. I thought it was amazing, and it's been a long time since a movie really hit me so hard out of nowhere.
Yeah, I do. I mean, not to expose you.
Refreshing.
Not to expose you, but you did post movie. Me and Eileen, when the main block credits were starting to roll, we were getting up to go, and you had to kind of like take a minute. And so
Yeah.
that was just
Also, we started talking about the speech afterwards outside the AMC, and I was like, hold on, I'm getting teary-eyed again. A lot of emotions, and I cried on the way home too. So it was something that I didn't know that was deep down that really brought it out. And yeah, it's interesting how that happened. I wonder if it's just being a woman and going through all that, or if men maybe had the same reactions, or if it was more of a personal thing. I'm not sure.
I think it really is that shock value of like, wow, this is another franchise IP type thing where it could obviously be very shallow, and it could have gone just a very simple route of just like a more story driven. I felt like this was almost a very Lynchy and surreal character study thing going on, and then and that juxtaposition of that and understanding that this is Barbie, and then these themes of like how deep can we go with this of how Barbie affects the world and society in general, and how women may view Barbie and all the different interpretations of it. I mean, it was just very, yeah, it felt like kind of like a smack in the face, and you just weren't prepared because you're expecting to see just like Ryan Gosling being super silly and dancing around and being cute and all that stuff. So it kind of took my breath away too in that sense. So you're not alone there. I feel like every theater was cheering after the speech. And yeah, it was very cool.
I know that the scene with the scene where Barbie is just in the park and she's like becoming aware for the first time, like both times I saw the movie, got me really emotional.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think there's something about there's this weird thing where like I kind of hate when a movie is just that kind of stuff, like when it's just like people sitting around and like living their life. But when a movie, I mean, it can work. But there's something about when a movie that isn't that is this bigger, broader thing, like takes those moments to do that stuff that like really hits me hard whenever movies do that. Just because I think it's like a tone thing where it's like I need to be lulled into thinking that you're not going to do that to me. If I feel like you're doing that to me the whole time, I'm like, I see what you're doing, movie. Trying to make me feel.
And I really like the musical numbers too. I mean, that was a great shock too.
Yeah.
Very old Hollywood elements.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, the Ken musical number towards the end is really, really good, and yeah, just really funny. And I keep thinking about the joke. This is a spoiler for one joke, but the joke about the Kens building the wall up and down instead of sideways, and I butchered it for the sake of the stream, but it just makes me laugh thinking about it. I'm just sitting there in my bed at night. It's 2 a.m.
You had a very reaction in the theater.
Yeah. But yeah, let's wrap up Barbie and Oppenheimer, and we'll go to some final segments. We're doing this probably a little shorter than maybe I would do sometimes. But does anybody have any other thing to say about Barbie or Oppenheimer? I think people should go see both.
Yeah.
Oh, Edwin
Walk
froze.
over.
You froze right in the middle of that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Let me repeat again. Just see at the Westwood after seeing Oppenheimer on 70. See that cool Exorcist trailer on 70. That was pretty cool. And then just walk over to the Brew and watch Barbie, man. Which I'm most likely gonna do at some point. So yeah, man. Barbs. Cool.
Let's.
All I got.
Yeah. So we had 3 little final segments we're gonna do. The first I'm gonna call Connor's Wicked Games, sponsored by Chris Isaac. I've made up a stupid game for every episode because I like making them up, and we'll see how many points people can get, and I'll award medals, and maybe one day they'll mean something. They probably won't, but it's never. I love keeping track of things, and so for this first episode, our game is as follows. While these are the first major Barbie and Oppenheimer movies made, especially in like modern times, there have been plenty of other Barbie and Oppenheimer projects made over the years. TV movies, direct-to-video, just other movies, documentaries, etc. I looked up a bunch of them and found some famous actors who are in a bunch of them. This one will probably be easy, this game. But I'm going to read you the actor, and then you guys have to guess, were they in a Barbie movie or an Oppenheimer movie? Or project, I should say. They aren't. Most of them actually aren't movies. They're like direct-to-video bullshit.
Okay.
But yeah, all right. Number 1, Mr. Martin Short.
Oh,
Barbie. I'm gonna say Barbie.
I'm gonna say Oppenheimer.
I'm going Barbie.
Going Oppenheimer.
So, Edwin's the Descent, and he is fortunately wrong, and everybody else is right. It's Barbie. He was in Barbie as the princess and the pauper, as the scheming advisor Preminger.
Love that for him.
And
almost had it.
You almost had it. You had a 50-50 shot, and you didn't get that one, but maybe the next one. Statistically, you'll get the next one. All right, number 2, Michael Stuhlbarg.
Oppenheimer for sure.
Oppenheimer.
Wait, what was the question again? They cut out.
Michael Stuhlbarg.
I'm gonna say Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
All Oppenheimer, and you are all correct. He was in some sort of documentary, presumably in reenactments, playing Edward Teller, actually, who
Nice.
Benny Safdie played in
Oh wow.
in the Nolan movie. Maybe, in my opinion, it might be my favorite performance in the movie.
Well, that Benny Safdie.
It was so
man.
wild. It was so wild, but good.
All right, number 3. Everyone knows this actor, Ryan Gage.
Who's Ryan Gage?
Oh, you know him. He played Alfred Lickspittle in The Hobbit 2 and 3.
I haven't seen The Hobbits.
I'm going Barbie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Based on I
Oppenheimer.
don't know who that is, I'm gonna say he was in some Barbie VHS at some point.
For sure. There's so many.
I'll say.
Done.
I have no idea. I'll say.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Edwin and Ashley, you are correct.
Hey.
He played Oppenheimer himself in some movie called Adventures of a Mathematician.
Nice.
Oh, is that like a kid's show?
It's
Yeah,
like
that
some
sounds
sort-
like a Barbie movie.
It sounds like it's like some sort of romance or something. I mean, I don't
Oh,
know.
God.
Oh.
I'm not really sure. Let's see.
Oppie was a
Biography,
womanizer, so-
drama. I think it's about someone else. I don't think he's the lead. It's about a man named Stan Ulam.
Stan Lamb. Wow.
Stan the Man Who Am.
Oh.
Let's see. All right. Next up, Tim Curry.
I want to say Barbie. I'm gonna say
Barbie.
I'm gonna say Barbie for this one.
I'm gonna say Barbie.
You guys are probably right.
Yeah, unfortunately, Marina, everyone else is right. It is indeed Barbie.
God damn it.
That's awesome.
He was in
I
Barbie.
love him so much.
Barbie and the Three Musketeers.
Oh God.
Oh, was he
Ooh.
Cardinal Richelieu? Because he's Richelieu in the other Three Musketeers
Yeah.
with like Kiefer Sutherland and shit.
No, he's
yeah.
Philippe.
Yeah.
Leap.
Oh, dude. Wait, that's the king, right?
I'm not sure. It just says Philippe on IMDb. So I don't know if there's any more or less than that. All right, let's see. Okay, here's another one. Angelica Houston.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think that one's probably the hardest one because that really
Yeah.
could go either way.
It could go either way.
It could go.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say
say
Oppenheimer.
yeah, Oppenheimer.
I'm gonna say Barbie.
I'm gonna say
Barbie.
Barbie.
The ladies have it. It's
Yes!
it's Barbie. She was in Barbie as Rapunzel,
Oh, wow.
as Gothel. Is Gothel?
Yes!
Is that the bad guy in Rapunzel?
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I don't know the
Uh-huh.
story of Rapunzel enough to remember.
I was like, she's got to be a villain.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
All right,
She's good at playing
She's in
villains.
that
four more. Mr. Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. Why does that name sound familiar? Michael Sheen.
He was
The Sheen.
he's the master of sex. He was David Frost in Frost Nixon.
Oh, yeah. I love that guy. He's good. I love that movie.
I'm going Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
What do you think, Edwin?
Oppenheimer.
You are all correct, even though I should say this is only technically an Oppenheimer movie. It's a movie about a man named Norman Oppenheimer, played by Richard Gere.
Okay, Richard Gere.
Steve Buscemi's also in this one.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I had a couple options on that one. All right, Catherine O'Hara.
Barbie.
Barbie.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Barbie.
Everyone's going Barbie? All right, you're...
Oh, wait, what was it? Connor, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, yeah, Barbie.
Yeah, you're correct. That one was... She's a Barbie in the 12 Dancing Princesses. It's actually funny, I was playing this with Casey last night before the... just to test it out before Oppenheimer, and he knew... literally actually the name of the Barbie movie that she was in, which was very, very surprising to me. All right. Mr. Law and Order's Sam Watterson.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
You guys are once again all correct.
Nice.
He was in a TV miniseries where he played Oppenheimer himself.
Oh, for sure.
It was back in the early 80s, it looks like. And then lastly, Cheech Marin.
Barbie.
Yeah, let's go Barbie.
Barbie.
All right, everyone's
Barbie.
going Barbie. You are correct. Once again, though, on a technicality, it's a movie called The Shrimp on the Barbie. About a down on his luck American tourist working in a Mexican restaurant in Australia, hired by an icy heiress to pose as an obnoxious new boyfriend in an attempt to make her father accept her current boyfriend.
Oh my god.
And so, yeah. And so I will say, I'll keep track. Edwin, Marina, Alex, you guys all tied. You guys all get I'm going to say the silver medal, get a silver medal, but Ashley, you got every single one of them right. So
wow.
Ashley gets a gold medal, for that one.
Yay!
Far out, man.
And so we'll see. Maybe people will be able to redeem it eventually for cash or gold. Cash for gold. Edwin.
Yeah,
for sure.
We were going to do another segment here called Edwin's Cool Stuff, where if you had anything you bought recently, you could show off.
Yeah.
I know how
come
much
on,
you love
poster
doing
man,
that.
show us what you got.
Oh yeah. Let's grab it right here. No, that's not it. That's not what I wanted to grab. It's right here. I want to thank Josh Shalsby for going to Comic-Con, a cool one sheet to a very, very groovy movie I saw last year called Van Nuys Boulevard. Yeah, I found a one sheet. I've been looking for this sucker for like a long time, and I found it in Comic-Con that Josh found. So, which was gracias, Josho. I found another one of my favorites, an original one sheet to one of my favorite John Frankenheimer movies that me and Marina watched, The Challenge.
Nice.
It's great. It's great.
You got Scott Glenn the weird bowl cut and Toshiro Mifune teaching him the ways of the samurai. And there's a crazy scene where Scott Glenn just chops the dude's head off with the samurai sword. It's pretty badass. Like, wow, that's hardcore. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, this one I'm proud to own, an American Graffiti re-release one sheet. It's back. That's pretty nice. I don't know what year this is from, but I'm gonna say like the 80s.
Oh.
Home movies. This was in pretty good condition. Got Nancy Allen doing a strip pose, which looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool.
Don't show any
And
nudity
also,
on here.
not to say it for last, Bring Me the Head of Rafael Garcia one sheet. An absolute favorite of mine. Also in good condition. So yeah, this a lot of cool things came out of Comic-Con. Posters came out of Comic-Con, and they came to me. Now it's here in Los Angeles, where it belongs.
Mm.
In the comfort of my dirty bed. Surrounded. I know.
Yeah.
I will say Van Nuys Boulevard has the best theme song.
Yes, it does. It truly does.
Yeah.
It repeats itself multiple times in every second.
Yes.
Like, it wants you to know it's Van Nuys Boulevard.
There's a theme song for. Is this a store? Sorry, I was doing producerial stuff and kind of stopped paying attention to whatever Edwin was saying.
The theme song for Van Nuys Boulevard, I would recommend looking it up on YouTube, and
Yeah.
it'll get stuck in your head.
All right.
Yeah, it will. It will. It'll make you want to cruise
Mhm.
on Van Nuys Boulevard.
Like Al
Mhm.
Pacino.
Yeah,
Ew.
exactly. Exactly like Al Pacino. Oh, man.
Hey, listen, I'm always cruising.
I bet you are.
Because my last.
I bet you are, man.
Think about that.
I think you're crazy, man. I think you're loco chew, man. Whoa. Yeah.
What are you woeing to?
Oh shit. Arrow put out their lineup for August.
Boop, 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 boop.
Uh,
This just in.
Incoming.
Oh,
We just
actually,
received message.
it's something really good actually. This kind of sucks. That makes me sad.
What?
Oh, no, wait, no,
Use your words.
no. We got coming August 29th a new 4K restoration of Jackie Chan's new Fist of Fury. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, new Fist of Fury. It's the sequel to Fist of Fury, but it's not Bruce Lee's, but a young Jackie Chan. Yeah, and it also has a very depressing ending, and that's about it.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Spoilers.
Look, the movie's been out since 1976, man. People should know. All right, people should know about this picture. Oh, nice. It's soon.
But yeah, like while we still have, because I know two of you have to bounce here in a second, so let's wrap up. We'll do a last segment. I'm gonna call it anything else. If you have anything you want to plug or anything else you've been enjoying that you'd like to shout out, you can, or you can literally just say goodbye. I will not go first. Somebody else can go if you have anything you want to plug. Or...
I just been going to Cinephile every week, and yeah, just catch me there. I guess I'm everywhere at this point. I guess. Much it.
I know it's a wrap-up segment. I'm just going to share a final thought on expanding upon what I was kind of saying earlier in the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to leave it just at, I didn't really care for Barbie and then not explain why. The reason I wasn't super into the movie was I felt like there was a pretty large disconnect between the narrative of the story and the thematic sustenance. Most of the movie is a lot of characters just kind of discussing feminist theory in a way that I felt like would be more suitable to hear, almost in like a TED Talk kind of environment. Like, it's all well and good. It's great stuff that they're talking about. But I felt like it didn't make for like a super interesting narrative movie experience to me. Mm-hmm. There were a couple points when there was a synthesis between the two, but I felt like most of it was kind of gapped apart. But and then to plug whatever I'm going to plug, I watched a couple Walter Hill movies, The Driver and Streets of Fire, and I loved them both. And it's getting me down a Walter Hill rabbit hole, which is super fun.
And I'm gonna get you more down that rabbit hole, Alex, because I worship Walter Hill. Walter Hill's like a
Yeah.
god to me. He's like amazing, man. Like you have no idea. Love that guy very much, and yeah, that's all I got. I'm just tired.
Marina, Ashley.
I'm excited to see Oppenheimer.
Nice.
So I was a little because I didn't want it to be like "Go America," but thank you guys for letting me know it's not like that.
No.
So I will definitely go see it now. I was a little worried. I wasn't sure what I was going to walk into, but yeah, now I will go and check it out.
Nice.
Awesome.
And that's all I got.
Well, similar to Edwin, I was going to Cinephile every week. Took a little break. I'll probably start it up again. Some films that I've really enjoyed lately from there. Kamikaze Girls, just such a fun, awesome movie. The Hitcher, Prophecy, and Maniac Cop. A wide array of films, but they're all kind of in the exploitation-ish subgenre. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for me. So who knows? I might be there with Edwin at some point if he keeps bugging me. So
I'm going Wednesday, so I'm just saying, man.
Next Wednesday? You're planning
Next
that far
Wednesday.
ahead?
Yeah, because there was times where I choose Tuesday, but me and Marina wants to pick a different day,
yeah,
so I opted for Wednesday, and I think Wednesday it's much preferred because there's a certain dude there that works there that I'm cool with, so I go for that guy the most
He gives
because
you
he's
the good
nice and
stuff.
cool. Oh yeah, he gives me the deals, give me the sweet deals on posters. So shout out to that guy. Yeah.
What was the poster you just bought yesterday with
Oh
Brad
yeah.
Pitt, Goldthwait, and
Oh,
Daphne Coleman?
I got hot to trot.
awesome.
And yeah, it's just him with a weird ass hairdo and a horse in a suit. Like, come here, dude. Like, wow. Yeah, it's a very disturbing poster. I don't know how it got made, but I think cocaine was involved. Lot of cocaine. Good amount of cocaine. But yeah.
I was just gonna say two things. I've been watching that new My Adventures with Superman cartoon on Adult Swim. It's really good. They made a Superman in anime. He even has like a Sailor Moon magical girl like suit up. It's really good.
Yeah, I started watching it too, Connor.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty killer. It's pretty killer.
And I was also gonna recommend a comic I finished reading recently from like last year. You can probably get a collection of it. But Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise. I'm gonna see if I can share my. What is this gonna look like? Share. Whoa. That
Internet.
messed everything up, so I can't do it. I can do it. Just Google Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise, and you'll get to see more than anything the art style is really cool. This guy Tradmore has this very trippy flowing kind of art style, and the vibe of the comic, it kind of reminds me of like if they like the From Software, like the people who make like the Soulsborne games, made like a Doctor Strange story. It's really cool, and yeah, I just want to say thank everyone for being here. I hope this was fun.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Super
It's great.
fun.
And free range and uncensored.
Yeah, you can say fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck the bleeps and fuck the long talks about certain things that wrap it up, motherfucker. That's it.
That's the one. That's our one.
Yeah.
And
That's all I'll say.
um yeah, I want to say thank you again to Shunkin, specifically to Marina, for letting us use the song Curse from She Nods for our opening. I want to thank Brian Robert for composing our outro that you'll hear in a minute. I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank Edwin. I want to thank everyone who watched. If people, this will be on YouTube. If people watching it like it and would like to see more, you should share it with people, because if we get views, it'll motivate me to motivate Edwin to do it more. And
Yeah, man.
I think that's about it. I think next episode is going to be our Haunted Mansion special. We're talking about the movie that everyone's excited about. It's Haunted Mansion. I looked at that cast and I said, "Oh, Jared Leto's in this one. I got to see this one."
Oh God. Jesus Christ. That's what we need. No, Jared Leto in the movie.
Last year was the summer of Morbius. This year is the summer of Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. No, I think actually our next.
I will say the makeup looks great.
I will say that his Hatbox Ghost makeup did look good. And you can't tell it's him, so it's even better.
Ha!
Oh, Hefner, thanks for saying hi. Yeah, I think actually next episode we're gonna talk. Next episode's gonna be old men jumping off of things, aka Mission Impossible 7 and Indiana Jones 5.
I want to be on that. I want to
Yeah,
be on
well, of
that.
course
I
you're
got
gonna
a few
be-
things I want to say.
You of
Edwin,
course you're
you're
gonna be
always
on.
gonna be on it.
The
Okay.
point of this is that it's me and you and other people.
Alright, cool.
That's
Cool.
the name. The name Cinema Curse comes from three things: movies, the topic; two, curse as in evil magic, as in me. As you can see, all my homies behind me. We're ready to do our rituals. And three, Edwin, as in curse, as in a cuss word.
That's right.
And
Boom.
so that's where the title comes from. And yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. Does anybody else have any parting words before we all ritually kill ourselves?
I need a shower and go to work, so I gotta do that momentarily.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start this outro. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, citizens. God bless. Go with God.
Bye.
Later.